Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah, today I'm going to give some practical tips of how we are going to go forward in terms of being achievers in life. And it is very important for us to be able to know how we're going to go about in terms of our feeling, emotion and thinking loop, and how we are going to use and harness this capability that is bestowed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala unto us. So this framework is very useful for us to achieve peace, happiness and success, and this also will be the basis or the framework in which we'll develop our Islamic version of positive Islamic psychology, Pi CBT. You can, in the book we have, alright, Chapter 7, Practical Application of Positive Islamic Psychology, Cognitive Behavior Therapy, of how we are going to develop this. So if you want to know the detail of the background of some of the research, it is there. But today I'm going to give you a framework which I will inshallah incorporate in our new book on being achievers in life. Muslims on being achievers in life. So we have to understand this whole idea of how we exist in the four realms, as we have mentioned. Alright, we exist in the realm of the spiritual, al-ruh. We exist in the realm of the heart, al-qalb, or the emotion. We exist in the realm of the mind or mental, al-akal. And we exist in the realm of the physical, al-jasad. So how does this interaction between these four realms of existence, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has bestowed upon us as we live on this earth, is being driven by feelings, emotions and thinking. So there is a loop here. Alright, research have shown that we actually have an intuition or a feeling that's of an impending something that is going to come into our mind or our thoughts, and that is normally, research at Hartman Institute have shown that it is a few milliseconds ahead of even the physical manifestation of thinking. So our feeling comes in first, then it is manifested in our emotion, and then it is manifested in the thinking. So actually it is not the thinking first, it is a feeling, emotion, thinking loop. Feeling, emotion, thinking loop. This loop will always be there. Alright? So this loop is being influenced by the spiritual realm, the emotional realm, the mental realm and the physical realm. So that's why we say that our approach to life and our approach to, for example, overcoming reducing anxiety, depression, mental, psychosocial mental problems and so on, and to achieve peacefulness in life, to achieve success in life, is a far more holistic model. So this model is based on this positive Islamic psychology model, in which inshallah we're going to train thousands of life coaches all over the world for them to bring this idea of how Muslims can lead the world in overcoming anxiety, in overcoming depression. We have millions and millions and millions of people, and it should have shown in the Western world, for every 10 people, 3 of them are either having anxiety problem or having depression, and many contemplate on ending their life by suicide. So we have a big role to play to help these people, and we start with our ummah. Naturally, within the ummah also we have people who have psychological problems of anxiety and depression, and the feeling of meaningless in life, the feeling of no hope, the feeling of having all kind of pressures in this modern world, in which inshallah if we are able to bring about this new idea, this new knowledge of positive Islamic cognitive behavior therapy, we call it Pi CBT, positive Islamic psychology. Pi is positive Islamic cognitive behavior therapy framework, because our base is always based on the cognitive behavior therapy module, because that is the most researched modality in psychology being used right now. So how are we going to use this? First, we must understand that the feelings, emotion, thinking loop will affect our behavior. So the outcome would be at the spiritual, emotional, mental level, at this level. Alright? And also at the physiology. Okay, the physiology. Okay, the physiology level. At physiology level, it is within the conscious and realm, our physical realm. We feel it in our body. When we say physiology, what we say? We say it's the physical body. The physical body is not everything. Our physical body actually is being directed by our spiritual, emotional, and mental realm. So this SEM realm and this P realm, we always feel this P. All the time you're talking about P, 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 P. I feel. What do you mean by you say you feel? You feel what? You feel your heart palpitation. You feel your breathing is shallow. When you are having anxiety, you feel that you're losing control of your mind. You feel. You say you feel. Alright, this is a manifestation at the physical level. But the drivers of this is at the unconscious realm. The spiritual realm, you can't touch. You do not know. Because this is the ruh that Allah has manifested into us. But there are indications in which we can have some small measure of the knowledge of the spiritual world, which will allow us to be free from the bondage of this dunya, and free from the worries of this dunya, and free from the difficulties of this dunya. And this is very well documented by all our great scholars. For example, Imam Ghazali, Ihya Ulumuddin, if you read Ihya Ulumuddin, you find so many methodologies that is so powerful that we can use it as a treatment tool in overcoming the problems of the Ummah as well as humanity at large. We also have writings of Ibn Qayyim, writing of Ibn Miskiyah, writings of Al-Tabrani, and so on. So many of them, these manuscripts are there for us to do research. So I'm just propounding this first idea for us to think about how we can have our own modality to help the Ummah to achieve peace, happiness, and success, and to help the Ummah in such a way that we can then spread this wonderful message of understanding that we are not just a physical being having only manifestation at the realm of the physical or the physiology only, but our interaction will be at the realm of the mental, emotional, and spiritual, in which we can integrate. And once we integrate, we would know how to provide some sort of protocols and methodology so that this can be a framework for development of the Ummah in the future. So inshallah, this first part, I want to tell you about this feeling and emotion and thinking loop. And in the second part, I'll tell you how this feeling, emotion and thinking loop can bring us towards progression or can bring us towards regression, inshallah. See you in the next video.